Hello!
Hi!
We are back for lesson 2 of Making Space in Music. It is Michelle and
Melissa.
And today we will be talking with you all about how to correctly and healthfully breathe and keep your posture and to embody your sound.
Yeah, because a lot of times we think about singing just from our voices and our throats, but really we have to engage the entire body in order to make the most free-flowing sound we can. So We're going to show you some ways to do that today.
And just to recap, last time we talked about vocal health, which is crucial. That is your baseline. Before you even think about singing for an extended period of time, you want to be taking care of your body and your instrument.
Yeah.
So let's just get into it.
Yeah.
I will be showing you an exercise to focus the mind. And one of my old, let's just say high school choir directors used to practice this with us. So she called it Qigong. So it's tapping different parts of your body. And you start here. Just close your eyes and tap. Close your mind too. Tap on your head. Go around to your forehead. And your tempo can vary, whatever feels good to you. The sides of your temples. Tap down your eyes. To your chin. To the top of your clavicle, which is your collarbone. Then you're going to take one arm and tap down the side of your left arm. Flip your arm around, clap. And all the while that you're doing this, just be aware of your breath. Don't do anything to it. Just try and notice the tapping and your breath at the same time. That's all you have to do. Tapping back to your clavicle, down the sides of the ribs. Tap, 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 and move back. And then you're going to tap down your legs. Bend your legs, your toes back around your legs. Buttocks. Your back. Shake it off. Swoop down. And gather everything in the world that you're grateful for. Inhale to your heart. Release. Scoop down again. Go things that you're grateful for and back to your heart. And that's one way. That's one way to focus the mind and prepare the body for singing. Now I will talk about posture. So ideally you want to have a balanced posture with weight equally on both legs. So my other choir director, my college choir director, taught me this one. So you're going to close your eyes again. I like to close my eyes, you don't have to. Closing my eyes helps me really embody. So all of your weight, if you can, if you're able, on your right leg, 100%. Then you're going to slowly shift over to your left leg, 100%. Now try 80% on your right leg and 20% on your left leg. Feel whatever that feels like to you. 80% on your left leg, 20 on your right. Again, be aware of the breath while this is happening. 60% on your right leg, 40 on your left. Let the breath breathe you. 60 on your left leg, 40 on your right. Then swoop your hips over and find that 100% balanced middle, 50-50 each side. Then you can open your eyes and you should feel pretty balanced in your body.
Yeah, and what would you say about, being mindful of how forward or back you are on your heels as well, to try to keep that balance? That's something my teacher talks to me a lot, is not, leading too far back or too far forward. So while you're thinking about side to side,
we can try that.
Yeah.
You want to lead that one?
Yeah, sure. So we can go all the way forward on our toes. Careful, you don't want to fall over. And then all the way back on your heels. And 80% on your toes and 20 on your heels. And 80 on your heels and 20 on your toes. And let's just try and balance it out right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now that you feel your lower half of your body nice and balanced and ideal, strong, rooted, we're gonna balance the upper body. So remember what this feels like, and then you're gonna inhale and reach down. Exhale down here, inhale up, arms overhead. Exhale down into the side. And then you'll feel a nice lift in your sternum.
Yeah.
And you want to keep that. So it's strong but not stiff is what the posture is. You don't want to ready to sing.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people trying to sing like this.
It creates a lot of tension in your shoulders. Remember last week we talked about our shoulder muscles being connected to the muscles that are attached to our voice. So when you're thinking about posture, it's always good to, you're not trying to pull yourself up or out or anything. You're trying to remain rooted and grounded and strong without tensing your body up.
Right.
So just allowing the floor to support you.
Yes.
Is really helpful for me to think about when I'm releasing tension while still maintaining a good posture.
Awesome. I'm gonna run through, if you do not have the ability to stand, I will run through posture of the chair, if you're able. So, a lot of our teachers describe this as being on the feet of your back, aka your butt. So, this is another area to be mindful of your feet, like Melissa talked about before. You can even practice the weight on you rock back and forth on your feet. Find the nice angle of your knees where your legs feel like they can just relax. And then with this, you're aware of your torso now. And you can try this again, so we'll do this again from a seated position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. And you don't want to arch your back, but kind of everything is straight and engage your core, which isn't sucking in. It's almost a pushing out. So don't be afraid to take up that space there, of that part of the body. Okay, so now that we're here and we're talking about the torso, what lives in the torso, Melissa?
Your rib cage.
And what's beneath that?
Your lungs.
Yes! We are going to talk about breathing. So, from a seated position, I like to teach the breath in 3 parts. There's the lower part, your low belly. So think 3 inches below your belly button. It's not an area a lot of teachers talk about because it's kind of like, ooh, but it's very important to embody this part of your body when you're singing, as you will find. And then there's your rib cage, and then there's the top. The breath ends here. So a lot of people, when they're singing, to take a breath, you see them go, we don't want that. We want expansion there. So, a great exercise to feel the depth of your instrument and the depth of your breath chamber is this one. So, we're going to inhale through our nose the entire time for this. Inhale and exhale through our nose the entire time for this exercise. So, I always like to close my eyes. You can do as you please. So, you're going to inhale through your nose, and then you're going to exhale, through your nose. I just snotted all over myself. That might happen. Warning. So let's try and do 8 of those, just an exhale through out. And be mindful of that 3-part breath when we finally inhale back in. So you're going to want to go, because you feel deprived, but just try and keep it low. So inhale. And you'll feel like a vacuum kind of effect.
Yeah.
So your lungs are, and they end here. So that is the 3-part breath exercise. And if you're having trouble feeling your lower part of your body while you sing or while you breathe, it's completely normal. I would try, if you can go, can you do that, Melissa?
Do one more time.
It makes you yawn. So you know how people go,
Oh yeah, I feel it. No. Yeah, it engages your lower core. Yeah, try that. That's a good one.
So that's the way to feel your lower butt.
Yeah, I would say too, whenever you're breathing too, it's good to keep in mind that you're not trying to force the air in, you're creating space for the air to enter. And that always helps me, because sometimes when I breathe, I, sometimes get really tense, or, your voice box will raise up, when you breathe, and that's not really good for singing either. When you breathe really like, So I like to think that my rib cage is expanding, and that is actually pulling my lungs open, and the air is just flowing in there as my rib cage is opening. You're just creating space. It's just flowing right in there. There's no trouble getting it in there. You don't have to force it in. You don't have to try and breathe more than you are able to fill, So that always helps me. You can tell I have a lot of tension when I sing, or I used to have a lot of tension. So a lot of what I focus on in my singing is ways to release tension. So even when you're breathing, you want to try and be as relaxed as possible.
Did you want to do the floor exercise?
Yeah, so another thing that helps me feel my breath in my belly is to do some breathing work on the floor. And some people will get a book or something, or whatever. A book is probably fine. But we'll just lay right down on the floor on our backs.
Awesome.
Get all situated here. Okay. And
ooh, I like that.
yeah, so we should be able to see the book rise and fall. See, when I breathe just from my chest, you don't really see it rise and fall. But when I take a nice, full, deep breath, whoop, see, you'll see it rise and fall. So you can try it too. Go find a book or something and just lay down on the floor.
A pillow might work too. Any object that has some weight to it.
And you can just take as long as you need to be able to feel it, and you can move it around to different parts of your stomach. Like you can go lower or higher, wherever you want to feel the breath enter.
I feel like young people often check out of this part of their body from an early age. It's because we feel a lot of things, like our gut reactions, or anxiety, or feeling like we're not good enough. All of that is in this part of the body. And this exercise that Melissa is showing you all is a great way to reconnect with, what was there before any of those voices existed, and before those voices existed in our heads.
And especially in the culture we live in too, just the kind of toxic culture where you feel like you have to suck in your stomach all the time and keep that area of your body tight.
No, none of that.
No,
Singing,
you don't want that.
Singing is about taking up the space. Every part of you is online and active and one with your breath. That is what we want.
So I just like to lay here and feel my breath, and then when you stand up, you should feel the same sensation. And you can try it too the wrong way, so your body can recognize the difference. So I want you to try and breathe now and not move the book at all. We're intentionally doing it the wrong way. Do you see how much less air you get when you breathe that way? And now let's try fully expanding our lower bellies as we breathe and moving that book and see if we can tell the difference.
I'm going to try and move the book off me. As far as it got. You try and move it off of you.
I'll try. body completely on the ground too. Again, I like to think of when I'm singing that the floor is supporting me and I'm not holding myself up, but I'm being held up.
You don't have to do any extra work to just be. Awesome. Great. So, now that we have had the 3 components of the vocal health aid, then what? What do we talk about? Posture. Vocal health, posture, and breath.
Should we do some lip trills? Breath stuff?
Yes. Yes. So, now that we are engaging the body and the breath, and we are taking good care of ourselves, now we can start to produce sound.
Yes.
Yay!
What we've all been waiting for.
So, take it away.
Yeah, so a good way to warm up, like we talked about on our last video, is lip trills. And those really help me get connected to my breath. Because when your lips trill, there's no way you can do that without air flowing through your lips. So it's a good way to feel your breath going out. So before we talked about it going in, now we're gonna extend that breath out. So I just like to, it's not really structured at first, just kind of, if you can't do that sound yet, keep practicing, you'll get it.
Or before even pitching the sound, just.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Get that inhale, low breath. It's like a horse, like. So it's not, your cheeks aren't flopping. You can try that though to feel that, what that feels like. Inhale, flop the whole face, and then it's more of a just the lips.
That's good.
It's very spitty. There's different amounts of air that you can push through, so you can start a slow lip trill, which is just this. That's the least amount of air required to buzz the lips. Now as you can start to try and push more in air so gradually. So inhale, low breath. And then I usually run
That was really nice. That was was a good one.
Uh-huh.
That was a really good one.
That is great.
So yeah, that's important too. Before you feel like you have to put a note to it, just to do that is really good.
But my body just wants to make the sound, so we're gonna do it. So now that we did some lip trills, we're gonna do a buzzy. And there's a bee on a roller coaster. There's a bee on a roller coaster. Bigger roller coaster. Faster roller coaster. And it should, grossly enough, release some stuff that's been hanging out there.
Yeah, because when you sing too, air doesn't travel just through your mouth. It actually goes through all your cavities in your head, like your sinuses and all those spaces that we don't think about. So when we're congested or whatever, that's why you sound different when you talk when you're congested. Fun fact. So that buzzing helps kind of clear that space out.
I definitely got a little snack there. So, to recap, we're going to grab some straws. Sorry about the paper in the way. And this is a great tool for warming your sound.
Oh, yeah.
And we will sing Amazing Grace with the straw. So remember, take good care of your instrument. Lots of water, sleep. Don't yell, don't overuse. If it hurts, please stop. And get your body online and engaged, and then your breath, and then you can add some sound.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sing Amazing Grace tonight. Verse 2. The lovely Melissa on the piano. Thanks for tuning in today on Making Space in Music with Michelle and Melissa. And next time, we will be talking about vowels. Bye. Bye.